Hi, welcome once again to the Carpenter Shop. We're here, growing, trying to become the people we were created to be. And so we call it the Carpenter Shop because Jesus grew up in the Carpenter Shop. He came up with lots of answers about life in the Carpenter Shop. It caused him to ask a lot of great questions, which is an entirely different topic altogether. But for us, as we strive to be the people we were created to be, there's lessons that need to be learned. So we call it the Carpenter Shop. Let's learn together. I want to begin by reading Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. It says this: I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. Interesting verse. Of course, we're just taking a snapshot. We're losing all the context of the verse. But let me say this, that every parent has been through the it's your choice exercise with your children. If you're raising kids, you have two alternatives, two possibilities, two choices. And then as you're making choices of how to raise your kids, then you have the ramifications that you're aware that are looming out there after any of the choices that you make. And then the child has to live with the choices and the consequences they make. And sometimes we get overwhelmed simply by the choices that are out there. So in those moments, you have to make, as a parent, your best decision. Your child has to make their best decision, and hopefully you're pouring enough into their lives morally and spiritually and common sense and guidance-wise for them to make good choices, and hopefully you have enough of that happening for you that you're making good choices. When you are, the choices you make in life are much clearer. When Moses was preparing the Israelites to inhabit the Promised Land, he set before them two ways of life. That's the Deuteronomy passage back in context. There's life and good, or death and evil. He had previously, by the time we get to Deuteronomy chapter 30, had spelled out for them the consequences of each way of living. Walking in the promises of God would bring life and blessing, but rejecting God's ways, well, that would bring nothing but death and destruction. Joshua reiterated these words in Joshua chapter 24. Choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. All of that to say this: you have a choice right now. You have a choice right now as to how you're going to live the next hour of your life. Are you going to choose life and blessing by choosing the way of the Lord, or are you just going to keep doing your own thing and allowing your own thing to get you into trouble? When we choose God, we are making the best choice we could possibly make. And so of all the choices you have today, choose to be obedient and follow Him. It will make all the difference. I look forward to joining you next time here in the Carpenter Shop.